Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, July 11th of 2021. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making the inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives to create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. And today's topic, I think about it and I hope this doesn't insult any of my listeners here, my tribe that's used to coming to this meditation. I don't think it will, because I think you all are very self-aware and very true to your authentic selves, and also dedicated to self-improvement and to healing and all of those wonderful things that we do to strive to be better and more aligned. As long as we're in human bodies, there's always more work to do. This is really about cultivating for ourselves what we want for our children. I called it in the subject line, bridging the gaps between do as I do and do as I say and do as I do. And it came because over this last week, being a holiday week, last weekend was a holiday, 4th of July. And this week, I've been around a lot of parents and children, and I've heard a lot of, correcting. I've seen children like being in the environment and, wanting to be mature, wanting to be an adult, and having imprints in their head about what it means to be an adult, what it means to be versus what it means to be a child. And I'm seeing this patterning that's being passed from generation to generation, just as it was passed from generations before me to myself. And I'm thinking, okay, there's the cursing, the drinking, the smoking, the talking and, talking about people and gossiping and those kind of things that go on. And then when the children want to do the things they do, they're corrected. And I think, so when does it become okay? At what point in life, where does that switch flip? Where it's like, okay, I don't have to be a child and behave myself anymore. Now I can be an adult and do all these things I've been told all my life not to do. And so it's like, it got me questioning. Are we just saying, okay, we're going to adhere to this societal standard that's been set. This is what children do and how children are taught to behave, but adults don't have to. And at some point we flip a switch and we don't have to do that anymore. And all of our constrictions are gone? Or are we really wanting to cultivate in the children what we want for them, how we want to guide them to be their best selves? And I certainly hope that it is guiding them to be our best selves. And knowing that, knowing how patterning works, that becomes part of the cosmic soup we swim in and then gets handed down from generation to generation. I know we all get imprinted with the way things are and the way things should be for various ages and stages. So I know that in ourselves, in our energetic template, we still carry probably a few leftovers from that, no matter how much work we've done on ourselves. And, also, when we really want to unplug from that societal matrix and what it has templated on us, it's helpful to unplug ourselves from that and reflect on what is it that we want to cultivate for our children, and that we would want to cultivate in our children to help them to be their best selves. And what have we forgotten of that for our own selves, and how can we bring that back? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and come into our prayer and healing circle. Let's come into our circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. Well, let's bring our focus and attention to the center of our circle. And together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. And just imagine, perceive this pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle. And let your entire gaze, your gaze of your eyes, of your ears, of your nose, of your mouth, of your sensory perceptions, of all of your light body and your heart and your energy body and your physical body. Let all of your gaze from all of these parts of yourself gaze upon this pure divine light as it streams into the center of our circle. And let your being absorb this pure divine light into yourself. Be like a sponge. Let it come in through your eyes and through your ears, through your nose, through your mouth, through your pores of your skin, through all of your energy field. Just take in this vibration of pure divine light. And call on the pure divine light that exists within you at the core of your being. It is a part of your core, your life force energy that gives life force and breath to your physical form. And call on that divine light within you and invite that divine light within you to also gaze upon this divine light that is streaming down around you and being absorbed into your body. And awaken the divine light within you to emanate out and reach this divine light that is coming in, and invite it to draw this divine light in and resonate in as one with this divine light. So the outer meets the inner, and the inner meets the outer, and there is no inner and no outer. There is only one divine light. And let your pure divine light be activated and strengthened and become more and more vibrant, resonating through the core of your being. And with every breath, breathe this vibration of pure divine light into your body, coming into your core. By core, I'm referring to that vertical core of energy that runs through the top of your head and along your physical body, vertically, if you're standing, through along the front of your spine, all the way down and into your base, and through your base and into the earth, that core of light that runs through you. Just let your energy body come together in that light that runs through the core of your body, and absorb this vibration of pure divine light and all of your energy into the core of your body. And let yourself be washed in this vibration of pure divine light as it streams through you. And again, together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your pure, unconditional love. And bring your heart center, that funnel of energy that extends from the front of your chest. Bring that heart center to face toward the center of our circle. And let it tip up slightly and catch that stream of pure divine light and unconditional love that's streaming down into the center of our circle. And let your heart Let that funnel of energy at the front of your heart funnel that pure divine light and unconditional love in through your heart center and into the core of your body. Letting that light stream in and funnel right into the core of your body, awakening that pure unconditional love within you, that unconditional love that is also a part of your core energy, the life force that breathes breath into your body and gives consciousness to your physical form, makes you a human being on this planet. Breathing in this vibration of pure divine light and unconditional love. And as you inhale this into your heart, just inhale it into your heart center. As you exhale, let your exhale release the tension and any of the blocks in your heart center that are keeping the love and the light from flowing freely through you. The poet Rumi says, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." So as you inhale in this pure divine light and unconditional love, just let it sweep up those blocks and barriers. And as you exhale, just let it sweep them out and into the ocean of pure divine love and unconditional love and pure divine light. Let all of the blocks and barriers and the tension and the dust and the cobwebs from your heart center, just let them be swept out and taken into this ocean where they will be healed and transformed, returned to wherever they need to go. We turn them over to the angels and all of our helpers and healers and guides, and trust in their wisdom, trust in their sight, trust in their knowing, and allow them to release from us whatever's not serving our highest good anymore in the greater good of the whole. Because as we transform personally, we increase the universal harmony and the health and healing of the planet and all of the planet's inhabitants and all of the life on this planet in any form. So breathing in that divine light and unconditional love and the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. Let's come together in the center of our circle and call on our source. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. And let's allow this eternal compassion to stream into the center of the circle, filling our circle with the eternal compassion. Eternal compassion, Ya Allah. And this eternal compassion is the compassion that is the ocean that our entire existence, of our entire reality subsists in. In the Sufi teachings, the first emanation of God consciousness, of a solo, one and only one God consciousness. The first emanation from that is Ar-Rahman, which is the ocean of divine compassion. It comes from the root, the same root as the name for womb. And it is the womb through which all of creation flows into existence and in which all of creation is contained. We are contained in a womb of compassion. Just like the womb of the woman, the name comes from the same root word of compassion. And we contain that within us. And when we are in utero and preparing to come into this world, we are contained in an ocean of compassion. And then we are born into this world, and we are contained in another ocean of compassion. And when we move on from this world, we are still in an ocean of compassion. So let's allow ourselves to rest into this ocean of eternal compassion that exists beyond our time and space realm. And just allow yourself to take a deep breath. And as you exhale, just let yourself unwind and unfold and float, relax, and swim in this ocean of eternal compassion. So let your entire being come to rest and be held and supported and nurtured and loved in this ocean of eternal compassion. Just feel the holding, feel the security that brings, feel the support, feel the love, feel the nurturing, feel the gentleness and the kindness and the total acceptance for you as you are in this moment, as you are held in this unconditional compassion, unconditional love, and unconditional light. Just as you are. Just as you are. And allow yourself to receive all of this light and love and compassion into all of your body and into your heart. Let it love you. Allow yourself to be loved as you are. Receive, receive, receive. Receive and let it land. Let it land into your cellular consciousness that you are held, you are loved, you are cherished, you are nourished and nurtured in total acceptance and kindness and gentle, loving support. And so the question for today, our question is, what are the things that you strive to cultivate for the children in your life? And eventually the question will continue on to say that you have forgotten for yourself. But let's take a moment first and just be with the first part of that question. What are the things that you strive to cultivate in the children in your lives? What are the things you want for them? What are the things that you want to teach them? How do you want to guide them to be? And just be present with your heart and imagine the children that are in your life or that have been in your life. Imagine the children of the world if you don't have any children in your life personally. What would you want for them? To help them to become the best version of themselves, to help them to become the best they can be? How would you want to guide them? What advice would you want to give them? How would you want to teach them? You know, when we grow up in this patterned society, we develop a lot of just rote phrases that we say. Don't do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. And sometimes we don't even really think about it or feel into it. It just becomes because it's the way it's supposed to be. So let's take a moment now and really feel into those patterned responses and patterned teachings that we've all received and perhaps continued to parrot onto our children. And not necessarily parroting them doesn't necessarily mean they're bad or wrong. It just means that we have an opportunity to really feel into them and feel how we would want to embody them and want our children to embody them, and how we can express them authentically, lovingly, caringly, wanting the best for our children. And if you have your pen and paper or your journal, you can make some notes about this if you would like as well. And as these are coming out for you, just notice, are there any of these that you have forgotten for yourself? That's the second part of the question. What are the things you wish to cultivate in the children that you love and care about? That's the first part of the question. And which of these have you forgotten for yourself? And let's just take a moment and be with what's coming up for you. And I invite you just to surround yourself in loving acceptance. Surround our children in loving acceptance. Our entire world is patterned such that here's the things that are acceptable when you're a child, and when you get to be an adult, you get to do all these other things, right? And some of those other things just aren't so pretty. They're not really the things we want to be doing. If we don't want them for our children, why would we want them for ourselves? And every form of media is patterned in this way. And I know there are some things that, just a matter of development, physical development, emotional development, and mental development. And I'm not talking necessarily about those things, though, there may be some gray areas. I'm talking about the things we teach our children not to do. When we teach our children to be accepting of other people's differences. Hopefully we do. When we teach our children not to use strong language like hate. Like, I hate you. Or I hate him or her. When we teach our children to not hit. When we want our children to not drink and smoke, curse, say curse words, cuss out their teachers and cuss out their parents, cuss out their friends. Or just using the language that we don't want them to use. Why do we have two sets of standards? And just think about that and let yourself feel into it. Because what is it saying to our children? And what did it say to you when you were growing up? What are the patterns you developed? I remember thinking, okay, this isn't for children, but when I get to be an adult, it will be okay. And while I'm a child, all it means is not that I can't do it, but I can't get caught doing it. So this is what I want to do because I want to be a big girl and I want to be grown up. But I just can't let the grown-ups see me doing it while I'm still a child. That's the pattern it gives. So let's take a moment now. And for any of those things that either that you were patterned with as a child, that you don't want to be carrying the template anymore, just let's pull that out and bring it into the center of the circle. Just pull that out of your body consciousness, of your mental and emotional layers of your body consciousness. And let's place them into the center of the circle. And any of those that you've found yourself doing as a parent that you don't want to do anymore, or as a grandparent. Any of those that you just don't want to be rote in your system, where you don't want to have the double standard. Let's just pull all that templating out and place it into the center of the circle. And as this is coming out of your body, breathe in that pure divine light and unconditional love and eternal compassion. Let that be absorbed in and come in to fill those places where this energy is being extracted. And for all of these energies being placed into the center of the circle, let's call on our source. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to please send your angels of healing, your prophets, your saints, your perfected ones, your healers, your helpers, your guides, the teachers, all who are here to help and support us on our journey to health and wholeness. And we ask them to please take these and transmute them, return them to their rightful places. And just let yourself breathe in that divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion, and let these other pieces go. Let them be released from your body. Let them be released from your mind. Let them be released from your heart. Let them be released from your soul. Let them be released from your spirit. Let them be released from your knowing, your knowledge. And let everything return to its core divine truth. And we thank the angels for taking that, for releasing that. And just let's just ask. We ask you to please fill each of us with your pure divine light, to fill our bodies with your pure divine light. And we ask you to fill our minds with your pure divine light. And we ask you to fill our hearts and our emotional bodies with your pure divine light. And we ask you to fill our spirits with your pure divine light. We ask you to fill our souls with your pure divine light. We ask you to fill our highest intellect, our knowledge, with your pure divine light. And we ask you to put your light before us, in front of us. And we ask you to put your light behind us. We ask you to put your light to our right side. We ask you to put your light to our left side. We ask you to place your light beneath us. We ask you to place your light above us. We ask you to fill us with your light, surround us with your light, and make us to be pure light. And I invite you just to call all of your energy, your cacophony of selves, all of the parts of yourselves, and inhale, and draw all of you into the core of your being, to bask in this light and to become one with this light, to be infused with this light and integrate in with this light, drawing all of your energy in. And as you exhale, let yourself drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, into your hips. And let it be. Let yourself be the light you wish to carry in the world, you wish to be in the world. Turn on the inner light as you draw all of the current of your electrical self into the core of your body, to add more and more amperage into that light. Make it brighter and bolder. And as you exhale, just let yourself really drop down into your hips and be the light. The stronger the current that runs through you and within you, the more vibrant the light will be, the stronger the light, and the further out your light will emanate. So when you bring all of your energy and your electricity into your central channel and increase the electricity along your center and occupy your body, you will emanate more and more of your core light through the world, but it comes from being in your body. So inhale, drawing that in to your core, and exhale, drop down and land into your hips. And let's take a moment for gratitude for what we've been able to release. And if you feel a need for forgiveness, either forgiving someone who perhaps steered you in the wrong direction as you were a child, when you were a child, by the do as I say, not as I do, or any other means. Or if you feel that you would like to ask for forgiveness for what you have done, or said, or not done, or not said, let's take a moment with that forgiveness now. And when we sincerely turn our hearts to our source, and we ask from, as my teacher used to say, the deep sincere, know that forgiveness is given instantly and unconditionally. So if there is something that you are asking for forgiveness for, Know that forgiveness is given to you instantly and unconditionally. And you can receive it. So allow yourself to receive the forgiveness. And in receiving this forgiveness, allow yourself to forgive yourself. And forgiveness for yourself or others means unhooking all of those attachments that have held you in constriction, in punishment, if you will. It's letting all of those go from your body, from your energy field, from your heart, all of those hooks, all of those attachments. It's letting them go, and let your angels, let your guides, healers, helpers, let them return all of those cords to their rightful place. You don't need to be attached to these events anymore. Just let it all go. And again, just let yourself be in gratitude as you release all of these hooks and attachments and cords from your energy body. And let them go. And again, let this pure divine light come into those places where those attachments have been. And let those places be filled with this pure divine light. Deep breath, and just let your heart feel the gratitude. And let's take a few minutes and breathe with this, or a minute and breathe with this. And let this pure divine light and unconditional love and eternal compassion come in and be absorbed into your body. Let yourself be like a sponge and absorb this water of pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion. Let it be absorbed. And now returning to our original question. What is it that you wish to cultivate in the children that you have forgotten for yourself? And I invite you in this moment to give those things to yourself. Turn that desire to cultivate that best self, the highest integrity, the most compassionate and the kind and the accepting and the loving, the forgiving, the creative, the inspired, the active. Whatever that is that you want, that you wanted for the children and still want for the children. If you want that for yourself, offer that to yourself now. It's turning your inner eye to your own heart and to your own self and saying, I want this for you now. I offer this to you now. I invite you to take this, to receive it, and to be it now. And breathe, receive, and let it land. Breathe, receive, and let it land. Breathe, receive, and let it land. If you want to make some notes about what you have received, or write a letter of gratitude or anything else, I find sometimes that actually writing a letter to God is a very helpful and healing and transformative experience. That's another thing that you can do. If there's anything that you want to say from your heart to your source about anything in your life, you can take the time to do that as well. Okay. Now one more time at breathing all of your energy into your core, and as you exhale, drop down and land into your hips. You might want to shift your hips and let the energy flow through all the way to your feet. Feel your presence on the earth. Circle your shoulders and stretch out your arms. Circle your wrists and stretch out your hands and fingers. Really feel your presence in your body. Feel your body in your space. Feel yourself grounded, connected to be that love and light and compassion that you wish to see in the world. And with that, I'm going to bring our recorded part of this session to a close. If you're listening to the recording, I invite you to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. You can find information for joining our call at joyfullylivingwellness.com, joyfullylivingwellness.com. While you're there, pick up your copy of the 10 Spiritual Principles of Our Human Existence. It's a one sheet that gives you just a reminder of what it means to be a spiritual being in human form on planet Earth during this time. And it comes with a 15-minute guided meditation that you can download and use as a daily practice to help you to connect with and embody this pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion every day of your life, to be your most connected, grounded, and authentic self. All right. And with that, I'm ending the recording for today and opening for the Q&A. Thank you very much.